Thanks for joining me. It's unbelievable in this day and age that we still can't see through the manipulation in the media and the powers that be. There are so many First Nations and developing nations around the world that have been inflicted with the horrendous tragedies of wars. I suppose you can argue a lot of them aren't really wars. They're fairly one-sided. They're more so attacks, unlawful attacks, if we had any decent international tribunals that weren't run, organised and processed with conflicts of interest in mind, leaving natural justice the last thing on their mind. It's always strange that the countries we invade have a couple of similarities in them. First is the proliferation of an abundance in natural resources, be it oil or gas. Somehow that always seems to be a common denominator. The second one would be the absence of pro-Zionist banks in these countries. Because these countries refuse to deal with the corrupt banking system of the Western world, they're our enemy. Wake up to it. Are you that stupid? Do you know what's going on in Syria at the moment? A country that's been ravished by famine. They've had their natural resources systematically raped, and it's still going on now from underneath them. And those pro-Zionist, filthy rich mongerers will continue to take more and more out of that ground, leaving that country and those people denied their natural income revenue from their resources. That's gone. They're already in the state of depletion. And the powers that be love this, because when we're divided, we can be conquered. That is part of the master plan. Wake up. The genie's out of the bottle. In Syria, the part illegally occupied by Israel, a company by the name of Genie, or Genie Energy, more to it, Genie Energy with a G, E-N-I-E, continues to take oil illegally out of the area in which it's officially recognised as being Syria. They've done so for years. And whenever they find a new reserve, like they did a couple of years ago in Golan Heights, they continue to exploit that to a degree which is disgusting. Meanwhile, the smokescreen is there's a war there that needs to be achieved in order to get rid of Muslim fundamentalists. In part, there is some truth in that, but that is an over-exaggeration to the highest degree. The reason why we're invading that country and providing that smokescreen is really to act as private contractors for the rich. It is disgusting. And what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit around and watch these people lose their country land in front of their eyes? Have you ever seen the pictures of these kids bombed? I remember what I was doing at that age and I wasn't getting bombed. What the hell's the matter with this world? And when these countries get bombed, because they're supposed to have evil empires, and if these people that live in these countries don't get killed by these evil empires, and they don't get killed by collateral damage, when they try to flee these countries that we've invaded illegally, that we say is so dangerous not only to them but to us on the other side of the world, me here in Australia, that's rubbish. We don't let them leave those countries, and when they do, and they're stuck in refugee camps, we do nothing. We introduce bureaucracy so that we think, you know what, if we put them in this position for so long, their spirit will just dissipate to such a level that they don't care. They might commit suicide, or they'll just give up and go somewhere else. It's disgusting. It really is vile and foul. And when these people leave these countries, if they haven't been killed or they haven't been bombed, when they get here, we say, hang on a minute, what's the problem, Jack or Mustafa? That's not that bad. You can go back there now. It's disgraceful. The way they're kicked around as political footballs. I mean, can't you see that hypocrisy? If it's that dangerous, why wouldn't they be let in? I don't understand it. Their fate is determined by a lottery of geography of birth. Imagine if you were born there and not in your country, where you're sitting right now, probably in a nice comfortable chair, in an air-conditioned or a heated apartment or a house, wherever you are. Yeah, sleep on your nice mattress when you go to bed. Think about other people. Think about people who sleep on concrete floors because their only crime is they've tried to get out of a country so they can live. The general aspiration of most human beings to evolve, to want something better for their family. All you people in a lot of these developed countries around the world, your ancestors made the same journey for the same reasons. Now, like an overzealous bouncer at a nightclub, you decide to pull the rope to hold these people back. Shame on you. Stand up. Develop a backbone. Do something for your fellow mankind. Because you know what? If we all continue to fall for this divide and conquer bullshit, we're done as a race.